There is a new quarterback. What does it mean?
It's one of those things I try not to think too futuristically.
A diagnosis that took him out of coaching football and into speaking to NFL players about life.
You can control your attitude and your effort.
A former Gopher who grew up homeless is trying to fight teenage homelessness through sports.
I grew up there. My mom and dad were drug addicts and shoplifters.
Turns out his neighbor is now his coach.
We just want to have the culture, being a living culture here.
And here it comes, the Knowledge Bowl.
Feels really great to finally get a win. Definitely a little bit of eudaimonia.
Kickoff Countdown starts now. Whatever it means, we'll explain. Here we go. This is called a critical week for the Minnesota Vikings. The Bengals, 2 overseas games, then come home for the Eagles, the Chargers, and to the Lions. And oh yeah, you know you have a different quarterback going in. Welcome back to the Spotlight, Carson Wentz. What a story you have to tell, from a near MVP to injury to bouncing around the league. The North Dakota native understands the Vikings. The Vikings are understanding Carson Wentz.
And the timing is something that we're going to work on and continue to work on. But he has that experience, and he has that vet mentality to really throw to anybody, regardless of how fast or how the way they move. And just seeing him out there, he knows our speed and he knows our body types.
It's all here on Channel 4 Sunday with a 10:30 a.m. pregame live from U.S. Bank Stadium. The Vikings and everyone else feel like they are chasing the Green Bay Packers right now. The defense is outstanding, and they can play some physical football up front, in part because of Josh Jacobs. He is that kind of running back that sets up the pass. This week against the 0-2 Cleveland Browns, they will need it.
They have one of the best defensive guys in the league, over there. So that's going to be a big challenge. They've been stopping the run really good. They got pretty good DBs too. So, I think it's going to be an interesting week for us, to be able to see where we had to go against a great defense like that.
Packers heavy favorites against the desperate Browns Sunday afternoon. Well, he grew up playing football and eventually did some coaching in high school until he got news that it's changed his life. He's still coaching and he's still participating. But for Jacob Thompson, it's a brand new game.
The thing that matters most is the foundation that you can't even see.
Oh, doesn't Jacob Thompson know and understand? He grew up like a lot of kids, participating and loving sports.
Just loved playing baseball, football, hockey, basketball, tennis, water sports.
After high school, he got involved in coaching.
A big part of my life was having sports coaches who became mentors and friends. And so before my diagnosis, I got into coaching. I coached 7 years of high school football.
At age 24, he got a diagnosis.
When I was 24, I was diagnosed with Friedreich's ataxia.
A physically debilitating condition. It did not stop him. He's married and a father to 3 sons. Life's curveball won't stop him. Too much motivation. Too much to live for at home.
It can be really sad, and he grieves it, of course, but adapts well and takes every change as an opportunity to, find purpose in whatever season he's in.
So these are some of the schools that you spoke at and worked with?
Yep. Usually when I go speak to a team or a school or athletic department, they'll give me a memorabilia.
Yeah. He's become a speaker for many high school football teams.
You name it, I loved it, I played it, and I can't.
His resume includes a trip to talk to the USC football team and the Los Angeles Rams. So you had to go out and spend time with the Los Angeles Rams. What was that like?
And it was a great experience getting to meet some of the players, hopefully encourage, inspire them, and get to watch the game too.
And he's again competing. His goal to earn a spot in the 2028 Paralympics in rock climbing.
By climbing, I hope to show myself and the world what it means to not be held back by what you can do, but to make the most of what you can do.
His family right there with him. A difficult diagnosis, to be sure, but a choice to grow.
It's made our faith deeper too, and so being able to just rely on those deep roots that we've got.
He has a message for the football world and beyond.
You can control your attitude and your effort, and that's about all we can do in life.
For sure. You can find out more on his website, jacobthompson.org. Tonight we feature a former Gopher, one who grew up homeless and eventually earned a PhD. Tommy Watson's story inspired a short film, and he believes sports can help aid in curing teenage homelessness.
And I grew up there. My mom and dad were drug addicts and shoplifters who were arrested 121 times by the time I finished high school.
And that was life for Tommy Watson. Drug-addicted parents trying to hold to a dream. They have done a short film on his life, in fact. Growing up in Denver, finding a high school and finding football.
It was the opportunity to get involved in sports. It really opened up a lot of opportunities for me. I stayed involved in sports. And then another critical moment, in 8th grade, we got kicked out of our house, Max, in front of all of our friends, where my family of 9 of us moved into our 7th motel room where we stayed my entire 3 years of school. It was sports, even in that homeless moment, that kept me going, allowed me to continue to walk 7 miles and stay involved in the recreation, sports.
He found his way to the University of Minnesota. A backup running back, his North Star became just that.
And it was that dream of going on to go play for the University of Minnesota in the midst of being homeless that kept me going. So sports is a very, very critical outlet for a lot of our young people who are dealing with homelessness.
But when you watch a game, you need everyone to be aware of the potential. That someone is crying out inside. It seems like a tall task to be able to find, for homeless kids to find participation and for people to recognize homeless kids that might be participants. How do you go about that?
Yeah, and that's another great question. In our schools right now, schools are doing a great, better job of identifying those kids right now through the McKinley-Vento process, which provides supports through the schools to support those kids who are living in motel rooms, doubled up with other families and what have you. And they have an obligation to provide services through transportation.
That's what he's figured out and continues to teach, becoming a school administrator. He's learned much. Some of it comes back to a key ingredient for coaches, teachers, and more. Simply getting to know the students.
And one of the biggest things I tell educators is you have to have the relationship with the kids. If you don't know the kids, you're not going to know the circumstances. And knowing that every kid is different, when you have kids who are coming to school, sometimes wearing some of the same clothing, come to school with a stench sometimes, often come to school who are hungry sometimes. Those can be indicators that a kid may be dealing with some situational homelessness.
Good advice. Watson now resides in North Carolina. At Crown College, the quarterback went full circle. See, he was recruited out of a junior college in Iowa after growing up here. Turns out the head coach at Crown was his neighbor.
Jamarius Courtney has always been a quarterback. Let's go! With a penchant to run. This is the first touchdown of his life at 6 years old. That life to date has been brought full circle by football.
It's definitely an up and down journey.
Courtney is originally from North Minneapolis. He played for 3 Minnesota high schools. Now he's the starting quarterback at Crown College, with a bunch of stops along the way.
I played at Cooper, and then I played at Benilde, and then now I played at Chaska my last year. Graduated there, and then we just went from there.
Not far from here.
Not far at all. Yeah, I definitely want to stay in my hometown, stay at home for this time.
Because home became Chaska, his last prep stop. He balled out for the Hawks, which caught the attention of local coaches at the next level, including Crown's Anthony Franz.
We recruited Jamarius out of high school, and he told us no, so he went somewhere else.
Courtney elected for the junior college route, spending the last 2 seasons at Iowa Central.
Didn't really play a lot, help the guys get prepared for games and stuff. Was really in the weight room, learned from other guys, and then, got my degree and just came here.
Back in Minnesota, St. Bonifacius, a dual-threat quarterback who's already made an early season splash with the Polars.
And he is in.
He does it at a really high level, and so I got multiple texts from in-conference schools saying, who's the new Q?
Courtney's new school is 20 minutes from his last high school. Coincidentally and unknowingly, he is neighbors with his new head coach.
I just figured out that when he was recruiting me, I never knew that he was that close. I never seen him. It's crazy.
A football journey making its way back home. Ren Clayton, WCCO Sports.
Macalester College football broke through the rain clouds after an 0-10 season last year and got their first win. As Marielle Mose shows us, the win is the momentum they need heading into a rivalry game this weekend.
The snap, he looks to throw, it's hauled in, he breaks a tackle, he's headed to the sideline.
A milestone moment for the Macalester Scots, earning a season-opening win against Grinnell College.
Yeah, it's Paxton Boyd right there.
Sophomore wide receiver Paxton Boyd had 2 touchdowns to help secure the win.
First win for me since senior year of high school, so I kind of forgot how that felt.
Boyd connected twice with his roommate and quarterback, Jack Scully. The two battled through a winless rookie season together.
Feels really great to finally get a win, especially after not getting one last year. Definitely a little bit of eudaimonia.
Eudaimonia, a word derived from the ancient Greek meaning human flourishing and deep fulfillment. A big word to describe a big win. You would expect nothing less from high scholar student athletes, something the Scots pride themselves in. And it's also rooted in the history of a rivalry they have coming up next.
We're playing Carlton, who we haven't played in 3 years, and we are playing for the Book of Knowledge.
Macalester last won the Book of Knowledge trophy in 2018. Carlton, another high academic college, has held bragging rights since then. Head coach Phil Nicolaitis says they have more than just talent to keep winning.
All the adversity we hit last year, it just felt like it kept bringing us closer and closer together. And so culturally, I feel like we're the strongest we've ever been.
In St. Paul, Marielle Mose, WCCO Sports.
That's your Kickoff Countdown for the week. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow, rate, and share. Join us every Friday wherever you get your podcast to discover what's at stake on game day, from the Vikings to the Gophers and beyond. And make sure to watch the live Kickoff Countdown Thursday nights at 10:15 on WCCO.